Hey friends, welcome back to yet another fresh vlog. So today it's going to be about my brand new XSR 155. I got this about a month ago, and this happens to be the first delivery in Bangalore. And I would like to report that I have completed 1000+ kilometers on this motorcycle, and I have completed the first service as well. So this is sort of going to be the initial ownership review sort of thing, and also a walk around with a few pros and cons which I'm going to talk about. So to start with, it's a very compact footprint motorcycle, and the primary use case would be for your city use, city commutes, in the traffic, in the rush hour, in the peak hours, and it can really maneuver into those narrow gaps and breeze through the traffic. So that's the primary use case, and we are going to talk about, yes, how does it behave on the highway also, right? To get started, yes, it's a neo retro style motorcycle from Yamaha, and yes, most awaited, although this has been there in the Southeast Asian markets for say last 5+ years, but yeah, we've been waiting and finally it is here. So yes, it's got a very pleasing design and stance, very retro, I would say, and but it's only the looks which is retro, but everything else is modern tech here. So to start with, right, I will start right from the front. So yes, this comes with your tubeless tires from MRF and alloy wheels, and dual channel ABS, and also traction control, but no riding modes, etc., and it's not really needed. And it's debatable if a 150cc motorcycle also needs a traction control. That's another topic. So yes, this comes with a LED headlamp, and let me show it to you how it looks. This got a DRL on the top half, and your high beam and low beam both are there, and this is adjustable, my friends. How? I'm going to cover it in my next video. Stay tuned for that. So yes, all LED setup, including the indicators, tail light, everything. Everything is LED here, and meter console, I'll say that it is quite intuitive in terms of what it offers. Yeah, you can see the time, you can see the trip 2, trip 1, your odo, your traction control you can turn on, turn off, and your average real time, and your average till date. So till date, I'm not reset this meter, including city, traffic, highway, all put together. It's hovering somewhere around 48 kmpl, which I think is phenomenal for this motorcycle, right? So coming to yes, this is the same renowned and well-known 155cc 4-valve liquid cooled motor what we have seen in the R15 series and MT15 series. So it's bulletproof engine and known for its reliability, smoothness, and responsiveness also, and at the same time being fuel efficient. So yeah, so that's about the engine, and it's a no nonsense trouble free engine, and this is a little radiator to keep the engine cool, and you have the radiator reservoir tank there. Yes, it is placed low down there, and it's got a decent ground clearance, I would say, right? I hope you are able to see it. It's got a decent ground clearance of 170 plus if I'm right. And yes, you got to be careful in some very technical terrains and off-roads, but otherwise no nonsense, and it doesn't touch anywhere at all, so not a problem. So yes, the front suspension is a USD setup from KYB, which really damps up and soaks the bumps from the bad roads really well. This is a stiffer setup, my friends, so it doesn't really bottom out in any of those city potholes, etc., but at the same time it does give you that a bit of a stiff feeling, right? It has to give you that to be able to handle the motorcycle. It does help you in handling, it does help you in cornering, and all of those things. Coming to the fuel tank, yes, the fuel tank, the outer is plastic. Yes, many say that it could have been metal, but yeah, all of this is done to reduce the weight of the motorcycle, which is just about 137 kilos, right? Just imagine how light it is. And yes, these are the panels. Inside there is a metal tank, and just like MT the cap is. And this is about 10-liter tank. So 10-liter tank, it gives about decent fuel range of about 400 to 450 kilometers is what I've seen. So which I think is sufficient and good enough for a 150cc motorcycle. Yeah, we can say that it could have been 14, it would have been amazing, but yeah, there are pros and cons of that also, because it's going to increase the weight by another 5-10 kilos. So yes, that is one. And very neat design in terms of the exhaust, I would say. So they have given this panel here to give this a very different look. Looks beautiful. It's got its own bash plate, so to speak. Yes, it is plastic, and the bottom is not covered, only the sides are covered from both the sides. Yeah, all of this is again panel, it's all plastic. And it's a nice scrambler style retro seat, slightly on the harder side, I would say, which is good because you don't sink into the frame like any other bikes with softer seats. So this is good. So I've done about 200 to 250 kilometers at a stretch, and this was decent enough, not a problem so far. Yes, you don't have a rear grab rail, so to speak, on this motorcycle. So if your pillion is a bit healthy, you need to be careful in terms of how you want to manage, including the seating and also support, right? So that is one. And this has got a very neat Yamaha embossing at the rear, and I'm using a Viterra Pod 12 bag here. So this is a pod, this can just sit on the bike all the time. If I need to put anything, knickknacks, I can just store it and take it for a ride. Yeah, it comes with a beautiful LED tail light, very well mounted, I would say, in terms of giving it that retro design and look, right? Look at the stance, looks beautiful, right? So yeah, there were many other color options. I did want to go for something which really matches the retro neo retro theme of the motorcycle itself, and reminiscent of the RX series, what used to be there a few decades ago. So yeah, it reminds of that motorcycle, but no way it is it can be a two-stroke motorcycle. End of the day, it's a four-stroke, so that's a reality. But yeah, it does give you those cues of a retro RX feel and look in terms. Yeah, rear is again a disc brake setup with a dual channel braking system. Braking is spot on, braking is pretty good. I have tried panic braking or sudden braking at about 100 plus kmph, and bike was very calm, composed, and did come to a peaceful halt. So not a problem there. Yeah, so from this side, yeah, this is the key to operate the seat. You can remove the seat by using this particular keyhole. And this is the engine, how it looks from the left hand side. And again, a very simple chain drive, o-ring chain drive. But unfortunately the bike doesn't have a provision or doesn't come with a center stand. So that's something which one has to live with, right, in terms of having no center stand for your maintenance and chain lubrication, etc. So yeah, you need to use a paddock, but it is straightforward and easy because the bike is very light, very light. And yeah, and the switch gear is again borrowed from MT, but only thing is horn is in the center and the indicator is below. This could have been the other way, which one don't need to get used to. And similarly on the other side, you have the kill switch, you have the start switch integrated, and you have a hazard light also integrated into that. And this is the key what has been provided here in terms of operating your handle lock. And this handle lock can be locked on both the sides. This is on the right side, and this is on the left side. Not many manufacturers provide this, but it's a very useful feature, in especially you are in a parking lot kind of a situation, right? So yeah, Yamaha, what Yamaha could have done better? Yamaha could have done a couple of things better, which I would say is center stand. Probably they could have figured out a center stand option at least for the India market. That is one. And the second one is grab rail could have been a standard, right? A simple grab rail, nothing complicated. Simple grab rail could have been a standard, considering the India market again. And another thing is this bike is definitely not only city focused but also can tour as well. So what they could have done is they could have probably just given a small USB charger into the speedometer console or the instrumentation console. Just a simple USB port would have been good. Nevertheless, I've gone ahead and installed this Portronics using the setup what I had at home, which is available from my previous charger, this mount. So I went ahead and installed this. So this one is out from Amazon. So this is a fast charger basically. You see here uh, the port above, the USB port above provides 22.5 watts, and the PD port, which is the C type, gives about 33 watt of power. So this is definitely a fast charger, and this also has a voltmeter in it. So battery is currently at 13.2, sorry, 13.2 volts, and there is a switch provided here to turn it on and turn it off. And this dust cap is for the waterproofing. All right, so turn it off and close it. You're done, right? So that's one accessory what I installed on the motorcycle, and got this done during the first service from Yamaha itself, because I didn't want to, it's brand new motorcycle, didn't want to get into warranty issues, so they have done it. And this connection is directly routed to the battery, because there's a switch already available here. And this is my standard quad lock setup for my mobile, where I mount my mobile this way. uh, and another thing what Yamaha could have done different, there's nothing much to nitpick on this motorcycle, my friends. So I believe the neo retro motorcycle could have had round mirrors, right? So that is one. I believe Yamaha could have done differently. This could have been a round mirror, it would have looked much better. And yeah, clutch is super light and very soft, and it's a slip assist clutch, so nothing really to complain, and nor really expect adjustable levers here, so not really required also. Yeah, both tires are MRF, and radials what come on this motorcycle, I will say that it is decent for the Indian roads. I haven't tried it, I haven't really experienced the wet grip yet, but on the dry tarmac, bad roads, and on the highway it was quite planted and quite grippy tires, so no problem at all. So that's the motorcycle for you. Yeah, and the headlight, I did a night ride the other day, and the headlight, I would say that is just about adequate. It is not really exceptional nor really horrible like my previous motorcycle, example Speed 400. So this is just about adequate on most of the conditions. The high beam, low beam was pretty good. So far didn't feel need for installing aux lights, but let's see, it all depends on where this motorcycle goes, right? Okay, so another thing you might want to be aware of this motorcycle is the ergonomics, right? So when you sit on this particular motorcycle, it is a bit different compared to the MT. So when you sit on MT, you really feel that you are sitting ahead of motorcycle, but in this case you do have this tank in between you, and you need to reach out to these handlebars. So handlebar is a bit uh, forward set, I would say. It's not very aggressive, but it is forward set. When you sit, you have to lean forward just about a bit. So what I did as a temporary solution is I just loosened these four bolts and pulled back the handlebar slightly back. So that really helped to an extent. But in future I will be looking at probably getting offset risers, 1-inch offset risers, which will move my handlebar a bit forward, a bit backward by about an inch. So that should completely solve the ergonomics and give me an upright seating. So that is one thing which I am looking to do on this motorcycle. And yeah, my friends, so definitely not planning to install too many accessories either, or load it up with like a touring bike, etc. Preferring to keep this light and um, easy to handle for city, etc. So that's my initial thoughts. And service, coming to the first service from Yamaha, well, I can say that it is you know not really first service as an overall experience. I'll not say that it is something great or something really bad, but very average experience from Yamaha. So I had got it serviced from the Whitefield Yamaha itself. So very average, not good, not bad. It's okay type. So, but yeah, they did consider my request, and when I took an appointment and dropped in, they serviced it in about 2 hours and gave it back. Basically, nothing, just to wash and chain lube and your engine oil change. And also to keep the warranty intact, they were persistent for me to go ahead with Yamaha engine oil only. So which I did go through, I did accept and use the Yamaha engine oil, but really not satisfied with the kind of quality of engine oils, especially after using engine oils like Motul 300V or 7100 or any of those top of the line flagship products. So nowhere close to that. How can anybody give you a full synthetic oil for 500 rupees? It's impossible, right? So which Yamaha is giving you for 500 rupees, it's not a synthetic oil. So yeah, so I went ahead, came back home, did about 200 kilometers on the Yamaha engine oil, and drained it out and put Motul 300V. And I tell you, it is phenomenal in terms of after changing that engine oil to Motul 300V. Instant difference, my friends, in terms of how the engine character comes across, how the smoothness is in terms of gear shifts, how the bike sounds, how the bike accelerates, how the bike feels much smoother. So a lot of differences you will only realize once you start using such products. So many of us really don't bother. We just go ahead with what showroom provides or service center provides, and we are just okay, and we are good with that. But yeah, I'm a little particular about those things. So yeah, so that is the motorcycle for you. Let's go ahead, fire up the motorcycle, and hear how it sounds. So yes, my friends, so that is the motorcycle. I hope you are able to hear it. Let me accelerate a bit. That is how it sounds. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So that is a little about my initial ownership review on the Yamaha XSR 155. Yes, looking forward to this as a long-term keeper, especially for my day-to-day rides within the city, and very occasional short trips on the highway, say about 200-300 kilometers or so to speak. But not really tried how this bike performs in a long tour, but definitely looking forward to try it out. Yes, it's a small motorcycle. Perception can be that, hey, it can do it, but it might not be comfortable, right? That's the perception many of us might have, especially after coming from the 400cc or liter class motorcycles. So yeah, but definitely give it a try. I want to give it a try and see how it performs, how it behaves on the highway. But other day when I took it out on the highway, did about close to 200 kilometers and came back. On the highway, the bike was perfectly planted and at ease, doing 90 to 100 kmph. So 100 was decent. No, nothing, bike was not stressed out or whatever, nothing of that sort, and no heating issues obviously, and bike was silky smooth. So yeah, definitely going to give it a shot for the touring as well, and let's see how it goes. So I'll keep you posted, and very soon we are going to meet on the motor vlog, where I'm going to be on the motorcycle, ride this, and give you my perceptions and impressions, how it feels while you are on the move. So look forward to it, and thank you so much, my friends. Do stay tuned and drop in your comments with your thoughts and suggestions or inputs. Happy to hear from you all. Thank you.